Okay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the call tonight. We have Amy Paul as Sapphire Ambassador with Plexus, and we invited her on tonight just to inspire our team, get great new ideas. Yeah, welcome, Amy.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. I feel so blessed and honored that y'all even asked me to be on this call. I get really excited, like I was saying, because I feel like the key to Plexus is relationships. And I feel like the more we encourage each other and we promote one Plexus, the quicker we can all grow together. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We can all help each other with trainings, with top tips, and with all of these things that we do, that I've done to be successful, or that Rebecca's done or Amber's done, and we can all learn from each other. And that's what I think is so good with Plexus. So I'm just going to start with my story, a little bit about me. I'm a homeschool mom of 7. If you've seen the big Plexus bus, that big orange yellow bus, it's like got Plexus plastered all over it. That's our family. That was my husband's genius idea. My husband's an Emerald ambassador. He will go Sapphire this month, no doubt. I'm pushing for Diamond. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make it, like 85% sure. So y'all pray. I'd really appreciate those prayers. But I'm a homeschool mom of 7. I started Plexus because my friend saw me trying to lose the last bit of baby weight from baby number 7. I had been doing Shakeology. I know it's a meal replacement. And I'm from the South originally. I'm not from Hawaii. I just live on the island of Hawaii now. But I like to eat. And so meal replacing for me would make me angry. I don't know about y'all. I will never be a salad girl ever. I think a salad is a starter item. So for me, I was like, I could lose the baby weight because I'm disciplined enough. I would do the shakes. I would work out, but I hated it. As soon as that diet was over, I was eating a hamburger and I was eating a steak and potatoes. So when she told me about this, I'm holistic. And when I found out midwives and lactation consultants and holistic people liked Plexus, I was like, okay, I'll try it. My friend signed me up as an ambassador because for the cheapest price. I didn't know that it was a business. I was the person at church that avoided multi-level marketers. I thought that they should go to college, get a degree, get a real job. That's how I thought about it, because the stereotype of multi-level marketers is bad. I mean, it really is bad. That's why Plexus people, I tell them, I think are so great, because we really don't do that stereotype. We're really just sharing from our heart, and we're making it personal. And that's the key thing when you're sharing on Facebook. The more personal, the better. You are friends with these people. That is what you want to stay. You want to stay friends. You do not want to turn into a sales ad. So anyways, I started Plexus. 7 months in, I decided, were y'all here for the iPad promotion? Can you raise your hand if any of y'all were with Plexus during the iPad promotions?
What?
Rebecca?
I think maybe.
It was like, I think November of 2014.
Oh, that wouldn't have been me. It was December 2015.
Okay.
January 2015.
So they were giving away, Plexus was giving away iPads for Christmas. You had to get 3 ambassadors and 3 customers. And I thought, well, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to get my mom and both my sisters. So that's what I did. And then I got 3 customers and I won an iPad, and my first paycheck was about $400. And I felt like, well, okay, $400, that's not bad. Maybe I'll just try and work the business. So Sonia Dudley had a training going on at the time, and I am not a quitter. So if I sign up for a training, I'm going to finish it, even if I don't really want to do it. But that training held me accountable. So if Amber is offering you a training, if Rebecca, if any of your uplines are offering you a training, you need to get in on the training, because it's very important to learn. You have to constantly be in self-growth with Plexus, whether that's in a good book, a leadership book, self-development book, or in a training. You need to be held accountable, because it's very easy to turn Netflix on at the end of the night and get caught up in episodes, or get into a good book, or life. I mean, life in general, life gets busy. So you need to be accountable to somebody with Plexus. So anyways, I started November of 2014, and then I hit gold January, senior gold February. I went really quickly to senior ruby. I sat at senior ruby for about 5 months, and then I hit emerald and sapphire. So everybody's journey is different. I've seen people go way faster than me. I've seen people go way slower than me. But at the end of the day, When you're making $10,000 a month as an emerald, if it took you 4 years, 6 years, are you going to complain? This is something I try and tell people. You can work the same job for 20 years. You retire and you still wouldn't make that kind of pay. So if you would just commit to consistently working this business for 2 to 4 years, however much you want to do it. If to you, that's only 20 minutes a night. If you say, I can only do 20 minutes a night, that's all I'm going to do. Well, then you do that 20 minutes and you do it every single day. Don't do it Monday, then Wednesday, then Friday. You do it every single day. These activities that I'm talking about that are 30 minutes are not scrolling Facebook. That is not income producing. Okay, you need to build relationships, but that is not income producing. What we tell our team is you do not scroll Facebook until you have done your income producing activities. That is reaching out to 3 to 5 people a day on Facebook. This is what you're going to say. Hey, Nancy, you've seen me blowing up Facebook with all these Plexus posts. I really would like you to try this because this product is amazing and I know it could benefit you. Can I give you a call later this week? It's only going to take me about 10 minutes. Does Monday at 6 o'clock work for you? I'm not really giving them an option. I'm setting up a day and a time and saying, does this time work for you? But I'm saying it boldly. When you get to the point in your business where you can speak boldly and confidently, everything's going to do a 360 on you, a 180. 180. It's just going to be crazy. You're going to go so quickly because people are going to see you as for real. If you are a doctor, a teacher, a nurse, whatever you are, you're not embarrassed to say that's your profession, are you? Would you be embarrassed to say you're a teacher or a police officer? Why are we embarrassed to say we're network marketers? So this week, look in the mirror and tell yourself, I'm a network marketer. And just say it and keep saying it till you get confidence, because the reality is that is the best job out there. It really is. I am on a 45-foot bus, me and my husband, completely retired, going shopping all day at the mall and traveling across the country, and I'm doing these team Zooms where I get to meet a bunch of awesome people. That's my job. So, and I'm growing and I'm making more money. And that's what's cool about this is I'm making our dreams come true, all because of network marketing. So get the number in your head, $20,000. Write it on a piece of paper, put it on your wall, write it in lipstick on your mirror, because I want you to think about what you would do with $20,000 a month, how that would change your life. Because with Plexus, I don't want you to dream small. I don't want you dreaming about $250, $500. No, I want you dreaming $20,000 because it is possible. Remember, guys, this is a numbers game. You get a good person, you get Amber on your team. Amber has how many people? 600, however many people she has. She's a rock star. You sign an Amber up, you have 600 people on your team. You didn't do that work. Amber did that work. So it's a numbers game. So keep reaching out. It took me 1 year to get the #1 person on my chicken list. She's a registered nurse. Her husband's a doctor. She's the head fitness instructor on our island. 1 year. I followed up, and I kept thinking, she's never going to sign up. I mean, they're millionaires. You know, her husband's the head doctor. After a year, she signed up with Plexus. She's on my husband's team. She took him from senior gold to emerald back to back. She went emerald in 7 months. Her level 1 goes emerald this month in 6 months. If I would have stopped following up with her, her whole team I wouldn't have. My husband would still be sitting at senior gold. I'd probably still be at emerald. So this is what you need to think about. There are people that are going to get it if you just keep reaching out. It took me a year to get her because she didn't think I was serious. It took her seeing me post for a year. This is something that my family of 9 was doing, something we pay for all 9 of our family members, and she saw that. She saw that consistency, and she knew it wasn't just a scam. It wasn't a fly-by-night thing. This is not easy work. Okay, guys? This is not a lottery ticket. This is not something that you sign up for $35 and you're going to be like me overnight. That doesn't happen. You have to work to get there. But the work is not painful. You're picking your best friends and family to work with you. And you're going on cool trips to Washington, D.C. and Las Vegas. And you're having fun and you're doing these calls to self-grow. I mean, you're growing as a person and your relationships. Do you know the kind of relationships? I'm sure if you all of you would raise your hand and say, I have had some of the best friendships come out of Plexus. So keep thinking about all the positives. And when you have those bad days, when somebody's like, oh, I can't eat a die off, I feel like junk, you can think back to when Sadie had this amazing result, and you just tell yourself her health testimony, and you tell yourself your grandparents' health testimony, and you just replay the good parts in your head, and know that you're not selling something that doesn't work. Okay? You're selling something that 100% of people need. Blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation. 100% of people need that. So you're selling something that people need. So be passionate. I want to talk to y'all real quick about some tips that grew our team from 120. I had 120 people being added a month. This past month, we had 430. I attribute that to doing Zoom calls. Okay, y'all all know how to get on a Zoom because we're on one now. So the hard part's over. So what you're going to do this week is you're going to schedule a Zoom call with your upline. You, your upline, and 3 of your friends. And this is what you're going to say to your friend. Hey, you know I've been doing Plexus. I really would appreciate your support. Would you please give me and my friend Rebecca 20 minutes this week to talk about Plexus? You don't have to bring your money. I just would like your support. Does Monday at 6 work for you? That's what you're sending. And you can find a few people to get on a Zoom with you. When those people get on a Zoom, do not stress out, okay? Don't stress out. You're not talking, your upline is talking, okay? Your upline has been at this a long time. If they're an Emerald, Senior Ruby, they know what they're doing. They're not scared anymore when people say, what is blood sugar? But you still might be, okay? You still might be scared. But so be scared, but your upline's not. All you have to do is write that message that I just said. If you have to push record, rewind, record, whatever it is, and write exactly what I said and hit send to 3 people, then do that. And then get your upline to get on the Zoom with you. Your upline is going to do a 20-minute presentation on the Fab 4 and talk about their health testimony. This will not be longer than 20 or 30 minutes. It's like us right now. Okay, so how many are on here? Let me see how many people are on this call. 12 people. So this is too big. This is too big for the Zooms I'm telling y'all to do. You don't want to have more than 5. The reason is I can't get personal with you. I can't figure out how many kids Amber has and what her health issues are. Or, you know, I can't get that bond with you that I can if it's a small group. Think about when you're sitting at the beach beside somebody and they have kids. You start talking to them. Within 10 minutes, you're their best friend, your besties on Facebook, and you're planning a play date to go hang out again. That's how quickly women bond. So you can do that through a Zoom. You just have to watch their facial cues, read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you are not good at reading people, if you have a hard time like that, but you need to be able to figure out their facial cues, figure out their motivators. But what you're doing is your upline is going to go over the Fab 4, talk about their health and business testimony, and usually out of those Zooms, we always have somebody sign up. Do you see how successful that can be? You can have this huge opportunity meeting. No one signs up. It's usually only ambassadors that show up, hardly any potentials, and those are not successful because people go home, they talk to their husbands, they never formed a bond with you because it was too big. Their husbands say, oh, that's just another gimmick, you know, just another quick weight loss thing. It doesn't work, and then they never get back to you. So if you can keep the Zoom small, granted, it's going to take up a lot more of your time, because big opportunity means get a mass number, but you're going to be signing people, and that is what you need to be doing. If you are not personally signing people, 3 people a month, then you are in management mode, or you're in stuck mode, or whatever you want to call it. So get out of that. Okay, go back to the basics. You do not need to be on every single, like, putting your people in a million different Facebook groups and a million different, like, Zoom meetings and all this stuff. I think it confuses newbies. So what we started doing is we keep the newbies at the very minimum. We say, hey, I'm so glad you joined. Now I want you to post on Facebook. This is what I want you to post. Hey guys, I'm starting this new supplement called Plexus that my friend Amy told me about. She has better health, better energy, better immune system, better sleep. Who wants to try this with me? Something like that. That blocks their objection when they say, oh, I'm not posting on Facebook till I get a testimony. Do you see how I completely block that objection by saying, oh, I get it, girl. I didn't want to post because I didn't have a testimony either. So this is what you're going to say. I am excited to start this product that my friend Amy had amazing results with. Who wants to try it with me? Somebody is going to want to try it with you because women love to do things together. I wanted to do, when I would go on a diet, I'd try and get some of my friends to do it with me because I didn't want to be the only one. Same as if you go to the workout, when you start going to the gym, you want to have people go with you. So that's what you're going to post. You want them to post a selfie. They're not going to have their product yet, but it could be just a selfie of them or a picture of them with their kids and that verbiage, exactly what I told you. As soon as somebody likes that post, that newbie is going to be scared. And they're going to get heart palpitations and their face is going to turn red because they're like, oh my goodness, somebody's going to ask me how much does it cost? What is Plexus? How does this work? Is it a meal replacement? And all these questions scare newbies. So you're going to tell them, don't worry about it. You're going to message them and say, put me in a three-way message with Nancy. So the upline, you and Nancy are in a three-way message. And what you're going to say, the newbie's going to say is, hey, Nancy, I just ordered these products. I don't even know if they're going to work, but my friend Rebecca had amazing results. So I put her in this three-way chat because you've got to hear her testimony. It is so fabulous. And she can answer all your questions. So you put instantly, you're calm, the newbie's calm, because people don't like that feeling. If they start a new business where they're going to feel like unsure and they're not going to like it and they're not going to continue. But if you can ease their insecurities by taking over for them at the beginning, this is duplicating yourself down at the same time as making them feel secure. Since we started this process of Zooms, Silver in 7 days, the Facebook message I just told you, and like the three-way chats, we have had 2 silver stars, 4 fast start golds, and our team like quadrupled, like tripled since we started this process. We basically took all the confusion out of Plexus. Like, I felt like we just kept trying to reinvent the wheel. The best training, the best thing. What can you do? The newest, the latest, the greatest. I was like, there has to be some way that's the best. And I spent so much time doing that. And then I just realized if we could just make it simple, just simple, go back to where we're talking like we're at coffee. And so that's what we started doing. And even if one person signs up from that Zoom, that one person you do the same thing with. Hey, can we get you 3 people on a Zoom? And it just duplicates down. So post on Facebook with a selfie, start three-way messages with your upline, set up a Zoom within the first 3 to 5 days. And that's the first steps that you do as a new ambassador, that you do with every single new ambassador. If they can't figure Zooms out, then you just do a 3-way call, obviously. But 3-way calls, they can't see your expression, you know? It's just so much better when you can look somebody like in the eye and talk. And you can see if they're like getting you or if they're not. Like you can tell if somebody's getting you or not just by the way, you know, they interact with you through a Zoom. So that's the key. Second, we have a 4-week training that we offer all of our people. We've been doing the same 4-week training for 8 months now. And basically the 4-week training we have, there's 4 weeks of assignment. Sundays, I release a pre-recorded Zoom going over the assignment, and then I give them the assignment list. They have all week to complete it, and if they don't complete it, they get out of the group. The reason why I like it this way is because it weeds out the 20% of people that are actually going to work. I know y'all get that like queasy feeling when you see a white line, right? Everybody hates white lines. If you don't know what a white line is, you should ask your upline, but it's when somebody turns off and you get so upset because you're like, why did they turn off? Don't they know how great Plexus is? Why would they turn off? And you start to doubt yourself. Well, basically, only 20% of people work, guys. That's like that in all the workforce. That's like that in all of the world. So you don't need a ton of people working. You don't need to sign 100 level 1. My upline has 13 level 1. And she should go diamond this month. 13. I have over 100 level 1. So do you see how different you can be in Plexus? You don't have to sign a ton. You just have to find some good workers. Remember, power in the numbers. So 20% of people work. So don't get discouraged. So in this training, it basically weeds out the workers. It shows you who you should invest your time in. Because guys, let me tell you, you can only work with the people that want this. You reach out to them, you're there for them, but you cannot force somebody to see the vision. I can try as hard as I can. I can show somebody my paycheck. I can show them our big bus, we don't have Lexus, but I can go to Lexus dealership and act like I'm getting one and post it all over Facebook, but we haven't got them yet. You can show people like your life, and they still just don't get it sometimes. So that's when you just bless and release. You're there for them, but you're not wasting your time and energy. You need to be looking for people every day. This is something Eric and I do. We're type A, if you can't tell, both of us. We're not scared of going up to people and talking Plexus. So if you're type A, this is what you can do. If you're not, practice it in the mirror and just try it. The first time it's going to be uncomfortable, very, very uncomfortable, but fake it, okay? You're going to walk into your grocery store. You're going to walk up to your cashier, whoever gives you service, the meat counter, I don't care, wherever you get service, and you're going to say, you have such an amazing personality. I've seen how you interacted with these customers. I want you on my team. Do you have 10 minutes this week that I can call you because I want you? I love your personality, and I have a really great thing going right now. And that's what we do. We went to the mall today, and I think, Eric, I got 4 new Facebook friends at the mall today. 4. That's a lot, guys. This is what I do. Ever since I started getting super bold with Plexus, after, embracing I'm a network marketer, I have the coolest job in the world, and you have to, be a network marketer too. I became bold, and I'm able to talk to people. So I take my phone and I say, I start talking to somebody, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, you've got to hear about this business Plexus that I have. Are you on Facebook? And I turn my phone to them, and I say, put your name in here, and we'll stay friends on Facebook. People are people pleasers. They will not tell you no. It's embarrassing to say, no, I'm not putting my name in your phone. Only like mean girls do that. Okay, really, only mean girls. Other girls will try and like hide it and act like, I don't know, and they act all uncomfortable. But most people will do it. 90% of people, I will tell you, will give you their Facebook contact information. Then you have their information, and they see you're not crazy because they see your normal family life, and you don't puke Plexus. You're just Facebook friends for a little bit. Then you start messaging them. After you interact a few on their friends' page, their pictures, then you message them. But that is how you add people to your list. You have to go out there and find new people, because I'm telling you, if you've been with Plexus any amount of time, you can't rely on Facebook. You can't. People don't even see your post half the time. You have to actually call them. It's a novel concept, I know, the phone, but you have to call them, or you have to actually text them or Facebook message them, because people just scroll by. We're busy. I mean, I don't even know. Y'all could have messaged me, and I would have meant to respond, and then I forget because some kid's yelling at me or needing something, and then I'm like, oh crap, I forgot to message her back. So that's where we are at in society. Do not feel like you are bothering people. Keep reaching out. Say, hey, I don't know if you saw my last message, because I know you're super busy with your 3 kids running from soccer, but I wanted to reach out again to you because Plexus is offering 15% off this month, and I know it would bless your family. So keep reaching out. Do not stop reaching out until somebody flat out says, no, I don't want your stuff. Don't message me again. That's when you stop contact. Okay? Keep following up. Do y'all have any questions for me? I could talk all night.
That's so awesome. So great. We just love your boldness, by the way. Like, we are so inspired by your boldness. Like, I heard you, I had never listened to a video of yours until today, and I was like, I am way too nice. I just need to tell it like it is, like you do. I mean, you're just really, really have it down. And
my husband appreciates that so much too.
Well, and I want to just say, I'm so inspired by your bus. I think it's so great. Your husband's retired. There he is. Hey.
Yeah.
You guys are traveling the mainland. You're in from Hawaii, but you're in Florida right now, right?
We're in right outside of DC, Virginia now.
Oh, wow. That is so awesome. So great.
Yeah.
What do you, like, as far as work schedule for, like, people coming in, like, and they really want the business, like, what do you suggest to them? How much should they be working every day? Sorry.
Okay, so when you're first starting and you really want it, as hungry as they are, then you feed them. So like, if they want it, you're giving it to them. And that's going to take a lot of your time, but you're sending them videos. That's what I do. I send tons of videos. I'm constantly sending Wendy Larson, Ame Darling, Jill, the new lady Jill, who's really good. What her last name begins with a W, Werner, maybe Jill Werner. She has some good ones. I just send them videos, and I constantly say, okay, what can I help you with? Do you have 3 people you want to get on a Zoom? So I'm in daily contact with people that want it. But that training, if y'all want, I can send it to you, and you can send it out to whoever you want. But that is the key to people that are hungry, is that training. It starts the first of every month. In that training, they watch a Diamond documentary every day, a Les Brown video every day. They're reaching out to 3 to 5 people there. I mean, we have assignments. They're researching every ingredient in the Slim 1 week. They're researching every ingredient in the X Factor. So this training really works. It's telling them, set up a Zoom, do this, do that. I mean, step by step. So we're leading them. They just have to do it. You know, we're giving them every tool. But like I said, people have to want it. So they have to want it, and they have to commit.
Okay, so then do you wait until the next month to start to put all the people from the previous month, or do you add them throughout?
So yeah, so they have to wait, and that sometimes stinks because it could be a 2-3 week. If they join in the first week, I'll put them in, but you don't want them to join like the second weekend, third weekend, because they're building such good relationships in these groups. That's what's so key, because what I tell everybody, the key to this training, why it works so well, is because I'm in there posting on their post, like their dream board. I'm so happy for your dreams. Let's make this happen. And all my leaders are posting. So they're getting 10 comments on each post. You know, their 100 contact list there. And we're commenting and we're engaging. So we're creating those relationships in that bond. Once you give newbies the team culture, the team atmosphere of, we're here for you, we're your new besties, and we're going to help you reach your goals, and you start friending each other on Facebook and doing all of that, then they tend to stick. If they still feel like the Lone Ranger out, you know, like they don't really have Plexus friends, they don't really have, and, you know, and they're getting like bad mojo from the other side, like that have heard stereotypical MLM stuff, they tend to fall off. But if you can pull them in really quickly and tightly to your team culture and get them plugged in, then it really helps. So during that 2-3 week gap, you're like really engaging with them every day, pretty much. If you personally sponsored them every day, hey, I liked your post on Facebook. That was really good. Have you seen my friend Marion's post? She is really good at posting. You should friend her. So I'm offering them friend suggestions, and I'm doing that kind of thing.
I have a question. Is that 4-week training, is that a separate Facebook page then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And this is another thing. Y'all can, what we train now is I don't want my levels in my team. Like if I have a Ruby, I think with newbies, it confuses them when you put them in 4 different uplines team pages. It's just confusing. So as much as I love my levels 4s, 5s, 6s, if they have a good upline that's a Ruby, they don't need to be in my group. Even though I want them and I love them and I will work with them, I don't want them getting confused. So for me to have a face in their life is not as important to me as them not getting confused. So once they establish themselves as like they're the 20%, they're going with Plexus and they can handle more than 1 or 2 groups because they get it now. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be in 20 groups and I get it. Same with some of y'all. But newbies don't get it. They're like, why am I being added to 4 or 5 different team pages? You know?
Because it's been a big, hard thing. You know, like some of my levels 5s and 6s don't always welcome to my page, and it's hard not to take that personally because I do a little bit because I love everybody and I want to help everybody.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I appreciate that advice because you're right. I mean, they're, you know, my Ruby and my senior Ruby, soon to be Emerald, they're all perfectly qualified, so they may not need to. That's an interesting point that you bring up because that's something.
Well, it was hard. It was hard for me because like I'd always been taught like like your diamond upline, your sapphire, everybody's in that team page. But I just started to feel like I would like everybody to like me and to know me as their sapphire upline, but that's more of a pride thing and not as what's the best for the newbie. You know, like what is best for our newbies? What's best for them is to not be confused and to simplify the process down to the bare bones of Plexus. Like we don't do, my upline does a million things. So she has Facebook virtual parties like every week, Facebook, what are all those things? Facebook virtual parties, Facebook, and I don't know, all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to even promote it on my page. All I want is simplicity. You know, like if we do one party a month, that's fine with me, but I want simplicity. I want it. People should know how to check their back office to know how they got paid. If people can't figure that out, then I'm missing a step somewhere as a leader. So I want to duplicate the basics. And once the basics get down, signing 3 to 5 people a month. I mean, most people get so busy trying to reinvent the wheel that I have a senior Ruby. I love her. She doesn't personally sign anyone. No one. Because she's too busy training. She's training her people constantly. And I'm like, listen, there comes a point where you can't hold their hands and they're going to go if they want to go. So just sign people. Get back to the basics. 3 to 5 people a day. Reaching out. And that's the key to your growth. If you want to grow quickly in this company, you reach out to 3 to 5 people a day.
So on the pages you're talking about with the assignments, there's no incentive, right? You just do it or else you're kicked out.
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
And you know, like incentives to me, I realized a long time ago that the people that are going to work regardless of an incentive. So you can offer whatever you want to offer. But for my team, I've just learned that like I give gifts to the people that work. So like I reward people that work and we do good gifts and we give them to our people that work out of the blue. And I'm not going to reward people because it's an incentive and they sign one person up. Or I've just never seen that as working. It's always the same. The people that work. That's what I've noticed. So for me, I don't give a ton of incentives. I just give really good gifts when I think about the person and I'm impressed by the way they've been performing.
Okay, so you don't post any team page incentives. Like it's just literally if you have somebody that's a rock star, you give you. What about people that you know are trying really hard and they're not like, because I'm one of those people that I have an amazing team of like sponsoring. Like Rebecca's a rock star at sponsoring personally, and I'm slower. I sponsor, but I'm not like sponsoring 10 people a month. So like I know that there's people like me that don't sponsor as many. Are you rewarding people that even do like 3 a month? Like how do you guys do that? Like would you consider that somebody that's working hard?
So basically we just do ambassador spotlights on our team pages. Like this person signed 12 people this month, or we're just basically like we post ambassador spotlights where we recognize people and we do team Zoom calls and they're our guest speaker. I give my leaders roles. If they step up to the bat, then they get the roles that put them in leadership positions. And that incentivizes people more than saying, if you watch these 5 videos, I'm putting you in for a drawing to win a $30 Amazon gift card. Or if you do this bingo and you get all the squares, then you're put in the drawing to win $50. Like, I just feel like that's not very, I don't know. I just haven't had that great of success with it. So I don't know. This month for Diamond, I am doing something because everybody's like, you need to get people over that 100 PV. Like, so every newbie that signs up that gets 100 PV over welcome packs, I'm actually giving $20 to. So I'm not doing a drawing. Everybody wins because drawings don't really work. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't really like drawings, but I've just never seen them work that well. But I'm giving $20 to every person that does that. And that's only because I'm trying to hit Diamond this month. So
that's just so great to have a different perspective. That's the great thing about the Zoom calls, to hear different ideas. It's not, yeah, you're right. It's not always the same cookie cutter thing. So that's really, really
and every team's different. Like some teams, I know Celeste Wynn, she does awesome incentives and people get fired up about it. I mean, fired up. And so it really works for her team. For our team, it doesn't really, I don't think, because Like my leaders, if they're Ruby, Gold, like senior gold and above, like I don't really expect them to win the contest because they're like leaders. And so I'm like, I want them to run their own, you know, I feel like they're a leader now, you know, so it's like their team, you know. But yeah, it is. Celeste has amazing success with incentives. So
I think, yeah, every team's kind of different on that. Some teams I know are responsive and other teams aren't.
yes.
I have another question on like the white lines, getting them back. I know you had said you send a letter and stuff, but like once say you get a white line back, then would you put them in that 4-week training? Because I know like myself, even I've signed up some level 1s that just whatever turned off, and I probably didn't train them correctly from the beginning. So I know all of us have some white lines and some attrition. So once we get them back, and maybe that's a way to get them back, say, I have a new system in place, I really want to help you get going, you know, would you use that kind of verbiage to try to encourage them?
Yes, that's so smart. That's exactly what I do. Exactly. And like this month for all white lines, I'm like, if any white line comes back that's on my levels 1 through 3, I'm personally messaging them. And it's because I'm trying to make rank. But I'm like, if you come back, I'll give you $20 off your 100 PV order, and I will personally work to get you trained if I failed you before. You know, like you put it on yourself. Like, I feel like I failed you before. So I wasn't as strong in the company. I didn't know as much. I would love to help you get back going. And so, yeah, you definitely should be reaching out to white lines as well as signing new people. You don't just let the white line, you know, go. You have to keep reaching out to them. That's how I feel.
What about like how to overcome the price objection when people say that I'm not signing anybody because it's too expensive? What do you say to that?
So I act like they're sort of clueless. Like I do. I've turned into this thing now where I'm like, what do you mean cost? It's like $3 a day. I paid more on my Haagen-Dazs and my coffee addiction than I did that. Trust me, it's worth it. And then I don't go into it anymore. Like I shut them down by just acting like, what do you mean? That's dumb. It's like $3 a day. It's the best money you'll ever spend. So that's what you have to do, because I've tried every other way for cost objecting. I've tried to talk them into it. Oh, you know, like you could just not do this anymore, but you're like reasoning with them. People buy what they want to buy. I mean, people carry Coach bags. They can't afford it. You know, like I spend $150 a month on Shakeology. It's a powder. You don't even get anything like fruits and I still had to add fruits and veggies and liquid to it. So people will buy what they want to buy. And then what I always tell everybody, tell them, order the triplex combo on preferred shipping, add the X Factor. I tell everybody that now. I sell the Fab 4. If you look at our back office, all my people do it too. So when they buy the welcome pack, you will see the welcome pack and 27 extra PV. Because we train everybody to sign up with the Fab 4. So all of our leaders now, every time they sign a newbie, picks the triplex welcome pack and add the X Factor. Triplex, add X Factor. Because we noticed that you get more success quicker if you add the X Factor to the triplex. So that's what we do. People were getting upset. They weren't seeing results right away, but the people that had the X Factor were seeing results quicker, obviously, because of the aloe. So we sell the Fab 4, and we tell people straight out, if you're not willing to do this for 60 to 90 days, then this maybe isn't the product for you. And then they're going to be like, what do you mean this isn't the product for me? Yeah, I want this. You know, so you almost like you're willing to lose the sale. Lose the sale. I'm telling you, you do not want somebody that is not willing to give it 60 or 90 days. If don't, I'm telling you, you will have horrible results if you tell somebody, just try it for a month. If you don't like it, it's fine. Get your money back. No, you need to tell everybody, if you're not willing to do this, I mean, we even say 3 to 6 months usually. If you're not willing to do this 3 to 6 months, then this probably isn't the product for you. So once you start saying that sentence, then you have them hooked, and they've convinced themselves that they're going to try this for 3 to 6 months.
I think it's a really good idea and I haven't really done this before. I mean, occasionally I do, but I'm going to start implementing that, getting them to do the X Factor right away, because a lot of times people will join and they have the triplex and then they see the giant bottle of the cleanse. And so the next month they may not want to order 100 because they're like, well, I don't need any cleanse anymore. You know, they don't do that. So that's a really good strategy to just get them started on the X Factor so they can start loving it, and then that next month they'll need the X Factor again. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the X Factor's the best.
It's such a good product. Yeah, exactly.
Are you okay? So y'all want to hear something funny? I know y'all. I'm doing a meeting for Kendra Randolph, and it's at 9. It's 8:42, and I tried to log in, and it's full. It reached its 100, and I'm her guest speaker. And it's like it's 20 minutes ahead of time, and it's already full.
Wow.
And how many can get on? 100?
100.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's crazy. How you
Not awesome for her, because how am I going to get on?
Oh. Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Well, we can let you go so you can try to get on her call.
Yeah.
Well, I can't really do anything but keep entering the ID number, I think, and hitting join and hope somebody's like, I don't know.
Does anybody have
Does anyone else have any more questions?
I do. I just real quick, what would you do? I have an ambassador that says she wants the business, lives out of state, has claimed that she has gained 30 pounds using Plexus. What do you do? What do you do with that?
You really can't do anything. I mean, you just keep talking to them, explaining that that's really not possible. You know what I mean? Like, you're just explaining, like, how did you take the product? Do you mind keeping a food diary for a week? Can you show me your water intake?
Well, I can tell you what she eats because she posts it on Facebook.
Yeah, see, exactly, right?
So I tell her, well, you can't blame the product if you're sitting and eating biscuits and gravy 3 days a week. I mean,
Right.
It's not the product. It's you.
Right.
So, and I've told her that. Amber thinks I'm crazy for telling people that, but I'm being honest. You can't sit and tell me that you're using the product correctly when you're posting biscuits and gravy 3 days a week.
That's my favorite.
But yet she still wants help and wants me, to help her and train her and stuff, and I'm all for that. But like you said, I'm not going to give 100% of my time to somebody that's giving me 20 of theirs. So.
On this platform this weekend.
Okay.
Is here for the purpose to transfer
Hold on.
the belief that they
anybody else have questions before we get off with her?
Okay, so I just logged into Kendra's. She's a Christian. Do y'all know who Kendra Randolph is? She's a diamond.
Oh,
Good. Yeah.
Do y'all know who she is? Kendra Randolph.
oh, maybe. That sounds familiar.
She's a diamond in South Carolina. Well, I logged in, and can you hear me?
Yes.
She's running preaching in the background for the 20 minutes until the meeting. So I don't know how to mute. Oh, I can turn the volume down. I'm trying to walk away, but my husband's using power tools outside.
They aren't staying upstairs.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry.
I just have one last question that I think other people are probably wondering. If you're trying to get a new ambassador on that 4-week, or let's see, not the 4-week, the 3-way Zoom, or the Zoom for a newbie, how do you, like, if they're like, no, I really don't want to, I just joined for the discount, how do you talk them into going ahead and getting on?
So you just have to be bossy, and you just have to be more like, I really want you to do this. Could you please get on? And then if they're like, no, I mean, you basically just keep trying to talk them into it, but you can only do so much.
Okay.
You know what I mean? There are people tell me no all the time, but the people that tell me yes are having great success, and then we're duplicating that down. So it'll be worth your time. Even if you only get, like, you reach out to 6 people about Zooms and only 2 say yes, or even 1, it's worth it.
Okay. Yeah.
It is so worth it, because you're going to get somebody signed up from those Zooms. So that should be like everybody on this call's weekly assignment. Like, Summer, I see you. Hi. You should, like, get your upline and get 3 to 5 people on a Zoom this week. If you've, like, been with Plexus a while, I don't know how long, but if you've already feel like you can't, it's hard for you to find 3 or 5, just get 1 or 2. 1 or 2 is worth it. It's worth it, guys, because you grow by 1 or 2. I mean, last year at this time, my Facebook feed popped up. I had 20 people that had joined my team for the month. 20 people. We've had 100 already this month, and it's like the 10th.
Wow.
See how quick it multiplies? Like, if you just stay consistent. One person. That's all it takes is one person to get that major ball movement.
Yep, we're going to do that.
Yes, do it. And then let me know how it goes. Okay. All right. Well, thank y'all for having me on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Loving you, and God bless you guys on your road trip with your kids, your family.
Are you guys stopping in Arizona at all?
Huh?
Will you guys be stopping in Arizona at all?
Yes, we're going to be going through there because we want to see the building. So I'll let y'all know. Like, keep up on Facebook because we're going to go straight to Vegas, and I think we're going to sure. So.
All right. We'll watch for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I'll see you at convention.
Yes.
Yes.